Good evening, Mr. Martin.
Good evening, Mrs. Martin.
And so we're doing this on our way home from seeing Laura Ramoso and her Calm Down 2, her second show here in Sydney.
State Theatre.
Yeah, at the State Theatre. And look, she's doing so well. It was sold out last night in Sydney, and it was sold out again tonight in Sydney. And, you know, this is live theatre, comedy in its purest form. It's just basically you and the audience. So I found Laura, and I've been sending Mr. Martin all these videos of Laura, of her, you know, very famous characters.
Different skits, forms.
Yeah, different personalities. She has multiple personalities, and this is called the Calm Down Tour because of Chiara, who didn't appear until the end. So if I go back there, look, I've always seen her through Instagram, so it was a different experience finally seeing her through on the stage. And as you can see, she's done New Zealand. She's nearly finished with Australia. I think, look, she's got one more show in Melbourne.
In Melbourne tomorrow night, I think.
No, next week. There we go. Oh, that's good. So that gives her a bit of a break. And then she goes back to Europe. And I think the European audiences will love her show, because there was a skit, especially towards the end, where she showed and displayed her command of the different European languages. And I think if you don't know European language, like one of the audience members tonight, remember James?
Yeah.
No, because she spoke in Italian to him, and James was very artsy, and he said, yes. So, look, if you haven't seen her, you know,
It's worth a look.
it is worth a look. And so it was, as I said, nice to see her. So for those of you who are thinking about it, how did we find it? So it was basically a lot of skits. And it started off really with German mum and her Italian dad from the beginning.
Yep.
Yeah.
Preconception.
Yeah, preconception, you know, so there's a background story there. Then she acted like the crazy engaged girl. So for those of you who love crazy engaged girls, so I'm just going through the feed here of her Insta. If the engaged girl is there, no, I can't see it yet. Yeah, but I thought that was very well done. Yeah, and look, there's a lot of audience participation involved.
Oh yeah, very lots.
So with the engaged girl, then you had the marriage skit. And I think Laura got lucky because she found an Italian speaker called Marco, the chef.
Yes.
So, look, if you speak Italian and you're sitting in the front row, you know.
Actually, don't sit in the front row.
Don't sit in the front row. Well, you know, that's the first class seats. Yeah. So Canadian mother-in-law makes an appearance there with her sour bread. Then there's a couple dating, which I haven't really seen, but in any of her reels, but she's there, and her dilemmas is a tall girl. So Chiara does appear towards the end. So I'm not sure if she's going to change her tour. You know,
If it depends on the state. Country.
Yeah, that's right. So I think, look, I suspect she'll probably change it more to suit her audience. There were some Canadian aspects which I probably didn't get much. She did bring up some Aussie stuff, like the birds. She mentioned some Sydney suburbs, you know.
After she was bagging out people from flights.
Yes, that's right. But I did miss that skit of her, which was the Australian, you know, the friend who came back from Australia, went to Byron Bay.
The one with the sunburn.
With the sunburn. So she didn't make an appearance this time, but there we go. So look, so towards the end was the hotel situations with different languages, and I suspect the European audiences would love that. The versatility there, she's so highly professional. I mean, she's been doing this for years, you know, so there is that. She does have that confidence there, but she does require a lot of participation from the audience, really, for it to work. So look, if you're more extroverted, I think that's what she's looking for. There were some introverted members that did struggle a bit.
Oh, yeah.
So if you don't want to be part, or if you don't want to be picked on by Laura in any of her shows, sit at the back. I felt sorry for Gary a bit. So Gary was one of the audience members who actually spoke back Italian to her, but yeah, he was involved in the Chiara sketch, and that took a while to get going. He copped it bad, and there was the other, the mother and daughter.
Sage and
Cosette, and she asked, "Are you French?" "No, I'm not French." "Oh, you're Aussie then." "Yeah, so why do you have a French name that time?" You don't speak French. Oh, look, the audience was very European. You know, you could hear the different European languages there. The downside, I thought, was there was no merch at the theatre, so you got to order it online if you want the, you know, your calm down tour shirt. And yeah, so I thought it was energetic, and
she moved a lot.
She spent a lot of energy, and you could well believe her different characters, and she was basically the only one there appearing. And
except for the people she dragged up on stage.
Exactly. So that is difficult as a comedian, and it is live comedy. So all credit to her, and I wish her all such success, because you know, yeah, it's, as I said, it's nice to see her on stage instead of just seeing her online, and it's quite the experience.
Yeah.
So out of 5, what do you give her?
4.5.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 4.5 for me as well. I thought it was well done, Laura. I'm glad you've enjoyed Sydney. I hope you're over the jet lag, and good luck returning to Europe.
Enjoy the rest of your trip.
Yeah. Bye for now.
Bye.